All right, so I'm here with Colin, Normic, and Johnny. Nathan, I have been summoned to the office. I have no idea why I'm here today. What's happening, Cole?
Okay, so for whatever reason, the Chocolatito Cafu fight could not materialize. And I'm happy to announce that Phumelela's next defense will be right here in South Africa. We are looking at May. I got off the phone this morning with Mr. Honda, and I've been obviously chatting feverishly to Boxing 5 and Larry, and we are going to be hosting the fight here in South Africa. Now, the question is, we're looking at 3 provinces at the moment to host this fight, 1 being the Eastern Cape, 2 being the Western Cape, and 3 being Gauteng. All of them have significant because East London has never hosted a WBO world title fight. The last world WBO title in Cape Town was in 1991 with Nico Kamala losing a split decision to Manny Galloway. And the last WBO world title fight to happen was Baby Jake Mantlala versus Masambulela Hawk Makapula in February of 2000. So we are looking at creating history. We got off the phone. I got off the phone with Mr. Honda, our Japanese partner, who's obviously got options on Phumelela, and we are going to be doing a defense here in South Africa. And unfortunately, it won't be against Chocolatito. For whatever reason, the fight couldn't materialize. I'm not sure what went wrong. Either was they couldn't raise the money, or Gonzalez wants to go another way. And obviously, we can't announce the challenger, but it has to be someone credible. You know, we have a new WBO president. He's very strict on policies on the challenger, so it's going to have to be someone credible. But we are looking and targeting towards the end of May, and it's going to be massive. We're very excited about this, and thank you for coming through this morning at the last minute.
Yeah, it's kind of shocking, actually.
Yeah, I didn't tell you.
I mean that's
everyone thinks you and I have offlines, and I tell you everything. I don't.
But
so that kind of dispels that notion, right?
Yeah, but it's
stop shaking your head.
But it's big news. It's for South African boxing, this is. Sure.
Since the biggest since Sibe fought Sugunov. Yeah. So very excited about that, and it really is obviously giving a lot of credibility to South African boxing. I was down at the convention with Minister Gates and McKenzie there, and he just wants to bring boxing back to where it rightfully should be. And I think this is the right move from Boxing 5 in association with Tekken, that we actually do the right move. The question now comes is that Larry and I need to navigate and find the best possible province to host this fight, but we are really, really looking into those 3 provinces.
All right, what's your preference?
South Africa. Okay. I have no preference. I just like the historical value of the WBO never having a world title fight in South Africa in 25 years. So I think it's very significant, and I like breaking the boundaries and creating history, and I think this is it's going to be a very historical moment for South African boxing.
I take it, you mentioned that Mr. Honda's got options on Phumelela, but I take it that this was your idea to do it in South Africa?
Collectively, Mr. Honda and I idea, and then obviously I spoke to Larry, and obviously Larry was thinking it just wouldn't be amazing, and then obviously got the news, and I phoned Larry, and I was like, you got to actually come to the office now. Hayden's meeting me now, and we just got to discuss, and we were just going nuts. So I'm very excited. The ADHD is real, but just also, and I think from Phumela's standpoint, when I told him the 2 options, and then, I told him this morning about the fight, and he's just over the moon. He's going to be in here in a couple of hours' time, but he's over the moon at the thought of fighting and defending in South Africa. We don't know the venue just yet, or the province just yet, but equally, we're just all very excited. There's a great buzz within the guys of Boxing 5 I've told, and I haven't told the other partners, so they might be seeing this for the first time. So Larry knows, Phumelela knows, and it's just great for South African boxing.
And now the South African boxing public knows as well. It's a really a big one, but how do you decipher? Is it a co-promotion? Is it a Boxing 5 promotion?
No, it'll be an association with Tekken Promotions. I mean, they're our Japanese partner. They have options on Phumelela, so they will definitely be featured in association with Boxing 5. So it's collectively a co-promotion.
I know it's early days, but do we expect Japanese boxers to be boxing on this card?
Nothing's impossible. Nothing's impossible. We still have a lot of work to do, a lot of admin to do. We obviously need to go to the provinces and see a suitable venue. I know the ICC in East London's possible. Cape Town, there's some great venues that we need to look at. And obviously in Johannesburg, we're not short. Obviously, it can't be at the Box Camp. We have made mention on previous interviews that we've outgrown the venue. So we're looking at obviously a really good venue that's boxing friendly. And I think what's important to note is that Larry and I have been in discussions. And on these kind of fights, we want to get back to the boxing community. We want to have decent ticket prices where the true boxing fan can come and they can afford the ticket prices for the content that we're going to provide. And I'm very excited about that. So it's obviously giving back to the boxing community, which is very, very important to us.
Phumelela on home soil defending his world title. I mean, that doesn't get bigger than that. So he was expected from this point to just be on the road the whole time.
Yeah, and I think it's not just great for him, but I think it's great for the country. You know, we need credible title fights happening in South Africa. And this, this is just massive. It's really, really massive. There's some new promotions coming through, some big fights being announced as well, but it doesn't get bigger than this. This doesn't get bigger than this kind of fight.
Does this fall into one of the 8 tournaments for the year?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, it definitely does. Yeah, it definitely does. Yeah.
I was going to actually, because Larry's in the office as well.
Yeah, you'll chat to him in a second.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, obviously, it's like excitement all around.
Very excited.
But a lot of planning to do, right?
I was supposed to go to Apex and take a look at some of the athletes who are on the 15th of March, but I can't. I'm just too busy in the office now. Too much going on.
So no holidays for you?
What holiday? How do you spell that? What holiday?
Nothing.
For who?
No.
To change the scenery, maybe. When I pull up my laptop, it'll be a different picture on the screen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Any other boxes that?
Yeah, we are featuring. It's going to be a world class event. We've already penciled in some really, really top names. We're not there yet. The main focus is obviously the main event, and then obviously getting sanction, working our costs. Working out all the nitty-gritties. But the announcement is that Phumelela Cafu, the truth, will be defending in South Africa. End of May. We're looking at the end of May.
I know that you're obviously the world champion, the WBO world champion. You've worked extensively with the IBF in the past. Does this bring about new opportunities within the WBO?
Absolutely. I was speaking to the president last night and just very excited at the possibility of the WBO here in South Africa. The first world title fight in 25 years. It's massive. It's absolutely massive. And, I just want to thank, Phumelela Cafu for choosing us. He reached out to me. He felt that he wanted a title shot. I said I could deliver. We delivered. And then, the story when I phoned the partners and I was on the phone to Larry's question to me was like, well, why isn't he up here yet? And we literally did everything, I think it was in a matter of 5 days. And it's just amazing to see someone with a dream and Boxing 5 being able to fulfill that dream. And now the dream gets even bigger and even more fulfilled with doing a homecoming for the champion, which is great for us and for him.
All right, well, we will look to do the build-up to the fights. On this itself, it's just a breaking news announcement. I don't want to make it a too extensive interview just because of the fact that I want to focus on Phumelela Cafu just for this particular one. But we do need to catch up on all the other stuff, in particularly the last Boxing 5 tournaments as well, which I think we'll do on a separate interview.
Absolutely. And I think obviously it's imperative that you get Phumelela in as well at some point. So
yeah.
I'm not going to tell
what time's it coming in today?
11:30.
11:30. Okay.
Yeah. Viva, bro, and looking forward to you being ringside.
Thank you very much.
In some capacity, commentary, some capacity, So, and at this stage, we not show the broadcaster. We're looking, obviously, we still massive on streaming, looking likely it's going to be DAZN, but for now, we just obviously, the news literally came within a matter of hours, so now this is kind of where we're at right now.
All right, fantastic. We'll look forward to the official announcement of the date and the opponents, which I'm sure will come soon.
Sure. We're looking at the end of May. That's realistically where we're looking at.
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome. Breaking news.